Okay, I want to talk to you about PAT, paroxysmal atrial tachycardia. Paroxysmal means this rapid heart rate will start abruptly. It will also end abruptly. So here's our strip. We see that this gentleman is cruising along at a fairly regular sinus rate, P in front of every QRS. There are 23 little boxes between these. You could do a 3-second strip on here and then double it. Another way of doing it, since it is regular, is just to take the 23 little boxes. That's going to, if you take 23 into 1500, you're going to get 65 beats a minute. All right, right here is the last slow beat, quote unquote, and then this next P is the one that just jumps out at you, and really he almost doubles his heart rate right at this beat. There are 7 beats in this run. Every single one of them starts with a P wave. Here's the second P wave, the third wave, fourth P wave. There's still something in here because I'm seeing 2 lumps. There's still 2 lumps. There's still 2 lumps. So this is all the same thing. We start out a little bit on the slow side, and then here, and here, he's 11 little boxes between our waves. You can handle the heart rate in this section one of 2 ways. I've measured out a 3-second strip with the red. That tends to be kind of inaccurate. It works out this time. 7 beats in a 3 seconds times 2, that's 14, times 10, that'll give you 140. The other way of doing this is take what you think is the main rate of the PAT area. Pretty much in the middle, you're going to find where that's going to kind of settle. That'll kind of be your average for the 2 ends. So this may be a little longer than 11, 5, 9, that's about a 13. But from here, and here, it's all 11. So if I just call it 11, that actually gets me a heart rate of 136. I estimated 140, so you see we're pretty close. Then notice that it abruptly stops, and you have this QRS, and this QRS. They're separated by 18, so it looks like the sinus node, when it got kind of kicked by this PAT area, when it recovered here, it kind of decided to reset a little bit and went to 18. I'm not sure that I'd call this sinus arrhythmia because he's very regular to himself at this end. Then he kind of gets kicked, and then he restarts at 18, and he goes another 18. So I think each end to itself is regular. The PR on this is a 0.16. The QRS is 0.08. The rhythm is irregular. I would go with a rate of 65 to start. I'm going to take the 11 and get a more accurate estimate of 136. The 18 and the 18, that's going to give us a rate of 83. If I use the 6-second method, I would get a heart rate of 140 in the middle. Really, that's a negligible difference, so you could do either way. Analysis-wise, you could start with sinus rhythm, and then you'd be going into, you could call it a 7-beat run of PAT, knowing that the rate is right around 140, and then he breaks out of it, and then he jumps back into sinus rhythm at a slightly different rate. Or you could do sinus rhythm, and then he's going to have a 3-second run of PAT, which is again at a rate of approximately 140 with sinus rhythm, slightly different heart rate when he comes out of it. So either way, that would be appropriate for this strip. Remember that PAT, to say that, you must be able to see that first beat as having a P wave followed by a bunch of beats that are fairly regular, may speed up a little bit, but it's not going to be erratic by any means. It's not going to go faster, slow, in that same, let's say that same 3-second area. It's going to pretty much just stay on an even keel. So seeing that P wave, seeing that rhythm pretty much stays on an even keel, it's going to be very important to distinguish this from, let's say, some other rhythm, let's say atrial fibrillation. Okay.